Hey guys, so today I have two very exciting announcements that I have been waiting to share with you all for quite some time now, and I'm really excited to be able to finally share them with you. The first announcement, as I'm sure you've gathered if you have seen the title of this video, is that I have decided to change the name of my business. This has been a very long process. It started a few months back when I finally made the decision to do it. If you guys ever watched the very first video that I ever uploaded to YouTube, I think it was called like Welcome to SH Weddings or something, I ever so slightly alluded to the fact that I wasn't thrilled with the name of my business as it was, SH Weddings. When I first started my business, I kind of just jumped in very quickly and wanted to get clients as quickly as possible, and I didn't really have the proper time to kind of think of a good name for my business. I just decided to go with Samantha Hamilton Weddings and Events, but that was a really long word to type out for a URL address, and it was a mouthful to say when I was telling people about it. So I just decided to shorten it to SH Weddings, and I just have never really enjoyed the way it sounds. I think it doesn't really reflect my personality or my style. So I've been humming and hawing over changing the name of my business for so long, and it's such a process and an undertaking. You have to get a new domain name, you have to change your business cards, your website, your email address, basically everything that's associated with your business. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to fully commit to doing that. And in the end, I just decided to go for it now, just to kind of get it over with and rip off the Band-Aid, and I'm really glad that I did. So the new name of my business is Get Hitched, and I really love the name. I think it really fits my personality well. It's a little bit easier to say. It's a little bit more fun to say. My new URL address for my website is gethitchedweddings.com. Unfortunately, gethitched.com was already taken, and I'm so upset because it was a really crappy website too on top of that. So I'm like, oh, I could have taken this website and made it so much more. It was basically just like a really old early 1990s website to help you plan your wedding, but it was so outdated and so archaic, so I had to just add the word wedding. So gethitchedweddings.com is my new website. I also had to change my Facebook and Twitter account, so my new Facebook is also Get Hitched Weddings, and then Twitter I am Sam at Get Hitched. So I'd love for you guys to follow me over on Facebook and Twitter. I will say that I'm not as good at Twitter as I probably should be, but I am on Facebook quite a bit, so I'd love to have you guys join me over there and like my page just to keep up with what I'm doing and updates. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I have a new name, and I'm really thrilled with my decision to go ahead and make that change, because it's something that I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. Fingers crossed that I'm able to stay in business that long. But yeah, so it was really worth it to me. I hope that you guys like it. I really do like it, and I'm excited for the change. So I wanted to just kind of announce that to you all, only because I didn't want to confuse you, just because if I changed the name of my YouTube username, I would have to completely delete my channel and start over again, and I really can't do that just because I'd have to re-upload so many videos, probably over 65 videos or so at this point. So I can't change the name of my YouTube username, so it's always going to be SH Weddings, and I'm kind of upset that I didn't pick something a little bit more generic, but it could get confusing to some of you. But at least this video exists on my channel, so people will hopefully kind of scroll back and see this video, and everything will kind of make sense. So that's the first announcement. The second announcement is that Josh and I have recently decided to relocate back to New York, our home state. So we will be leaving Chicago at the end of this month. It was a tough decision. I love the wedding industry in Chicago. Obviously, it's very exciting, and there's a huge market for wedding professionals. But basically, the decision just came down to Josh and I wanting to be closer to our family, and I won't get into the whole thing, but you know, we really do miss being around our family, and it's hard. We can only see our families probably maximum 3 times a year if we're lucky, and the holidays are always so tricky. We're usually home for Thanksgiving, and then we go back to New York for Christmas, and it's hard to kind of see everyone, and it's just, we're under a lot of pressure when we go home to see our families because we have so many people to see, and sometimes it gets to be a little bit stressful. So we're just really excited to move back to New York and be closer to family, and I'm going to be reestablishing my business in the Albany, New York capital region, and my husband and I got married in Saratoga Springs, which is not that far from Albany, so I'm kind of excited to hopefully revisit some of the venues and vendors that I worked with on my own wedding. So we'll be living just outside Albany, New York, in a very small town, which will be a huge change from the city. But to be honest with you, Josh and I have recently discovered that as much as we want to be, we are not really city people. And it's funny because my mom is trying to like throw this in my face every moment that she gets, but growing up when I was a teenager, I was always like, I'm gonna move out of this small town and go to a city and make a name for myself and be very urban. But now I'm quickly realizing that I'm just really not a city person. I love being outside. I love the country air. Josh and I have become a lot more outdoorsy. We like being outside and hiking and just doing all kinds of outdoorsy things, which is so not how I used to be when I was younger, especially in my teenage years. But yeah, as I've gotten older, I've just started to really appreciate nature a lot more, and to not have outdoor space in Chicago that's a little bit more serene and quiet is very frustrating for both of us. So it is going to be a really good change for us. I'm really excited. I know that a lot of you out there that are watching are probably like, this chick is crazy. She's leaving this big metropolitan area where she could probably have thousands of dollars in potential business from the wedding market, and moving to this really, really small town. But in the end, it really is the best decision for us. So we're both really excited about it, and I will definitely continue to make videos and stuff. It's just probably going to be a little bit more sparse, as it has been, honestly. So it's probably not going to be much different than it has been. But we are moving at the end of this month, so things are going to be kind of hectic and crazy. Moving from out of state is always a huge, huge hassle. I mean, moving in general is always a big pain in the butt. But so right now I'm kind of packing, wrapping up my last few weddings, and just trying to get back home. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I will hopefully have maybe 1 or 2 more wedding videos for you before we do make the move, just to kind of tide you guys over. If you do want to see any vlogs about our move, or maybe like our new place or what have you, let me know. I do kind of enjoy vlogging, but I know that sometimes not everyone really cares what I'm up to. So I do always vlog, but I will only post them on like my personal channel so my friends and family can see. But if you guys want me to make them public, just let me know. But yeah, I guess I'll end everything there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you back here soon. Bye.